Hi, welcome to Diamonds and Crochet. My name is Erica. Today I kind of just wanted to do a helpful video for newcomers into the diamond painting community. I recently got a friend kind of starting diamond painting and interested in diamond painting, and along the way she has asked me quite a few questions, and some of them I thought were very good questions to ask and might be helpful to share, because I'm sure if she's asking these questions, other people who are new are probably asking these questions too. And I guess let's just jump right into it. One of the first questions that she had, that she figured out on her own without asking, but what are the difference between round and square drills? I guess I should also say that I refer to the little diamonds that people place on their canvases for diamond painting. I refer to them as drills. So you will hear me throughout refer to them as drills. Some people call them diamonds. I'm sure other people might call them other things, but I call them drills. So what are the difference between round and square drills? And I'm going to try and zoom in on this. This is my current WIP, which stands for work in progress. So this is my current work in progress. It's by Muni-Made. It is called Miss You, and I believe the artist's name is pronounced Michelle Zia. And I will try and link everything that I'm talking about. Hopefully I remember to link it all. I will try and link it all in the description of the video. But I'm going to try and zoom in. This kit is a round drill kit. So let me try and zoom in a little bit. And as you can see, the drills are round circles. So this is a round kit. And an interesting thing that you will note about round kits is you can see the canvas underneath. That is my dog playing with some plastic. You can see the canvas underneath, and that canvas will stay sticky. The canvas will stay sticky, which is why I like to seal my round kits. Sealing them prevents things from sticking to them, little fuzzies, little hairs. And then another WIP of mine that I'm working on at the moment. Let me see if I can bring this in. This is by Jaded Gem Shop. It is by the artist The Witchy Stitcher, and it is her tarot card Death. And I've done some whip-in chats on this channel, but these are square drills. And as you can see, when the square drills, like first they're the shape of a square, they're not round, and they touch each other when you place them. So you do not see the canvas underneath a square drill kit. Some people, let's see if I can show both. Some people don't like to work on squares because there's a little bit more finesse when you're placing them, and you want to place them all evenly so there's no gapping. Whereas with rounds, that's not as big of a deal because you are going to see the canvas underneath. It's not as much of a worry to place them perfectly, to line them up square, that kind of a thing. I do know for myself personally, I have a hard time multi-placing rounds higher than a 5, just because after that, they don't line up with the grid underneath. Even sometimes with a 5 multi-placer, I have to finesse them after the fact to get them to cover the image underneath that I want the drill to cover, so that's not showing through. Whereas with square, typically multi-placers, I can multi-place as high as I want. I prefer a 10 multi-placer, but anyways, that's not as big of a deal with a square. So there's pluses and minuses to both. I like the finished look of a square kit, but I do find rounds work up faster for me. And I keep talking about right now, I'm kind of in my round era. I'm enjoying working on my round kits. But, you know, after a little while, I'll probably go right back to my square era and enjoy working on my square kits. I am one that likes both. I enjoy working on both. Some people are just this, just that. I am not that type of a person. But anyways, so that's the main difference between a round and a square drill. It's their shape. One is round and one is square. If you are brand new and you're looking to get into diamond painting, my biggest advice to you is I'd probably start with round, just because so many people do tend to find round easier to work with, and find a kit that is a color palette that you enjoy. Obviously you want to find one that's an image you enjoy, but I find if you're brand new, finding one that is colors you enjoy, it's going to help you want to go to it and work on it. And I often say try and find a smaller one to start with. You don't want to get overwhelmed by starting on something that's huge and, you know, going to take you forever. You're going to get overwhelmed, most likely, if you're new, and you're not going to want to pick it up and keep working on it. So do something smaller that's a color story that you enjoy and go from there. If after you complete the small one, you find I loved this, I want to keep going, then, you know, you can, I jumped right in. As soon as I did a small one and I loved it, I got a huge one and I jumped right in. I've been diamond painting since 2019, and I discovered Diamond Art Club pretty quickly. It was like I think the second diamond painting I purchased was a Diamond Art Club diamond painting. Now you can find them in Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, in the craft department, and you can find, I think Michael's has their own Make Market brand. The Diamond Art Club, I think, sells in craft stores, and Diamond Dots, and you can find some really affordable ones there to start with. There are shops online, Muni Made, Jada Gem Shop, Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Design. My friend made me write out a list for her of all the different ones, and my mind is blanking on them all, of course, because I didn't write them down for myself. Jolly Gem Shop, Oraloa, the one with the diamond art, Bella Art, Dana Cole, Enablers Outpost, Distracted by Diamonds, which is Patty Wax on Etsy. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Maybe I'll put them all in the description down below. I'll list out the shops that I recommend, or that I recommended to her to look at. There's a lot of good quality shops out there that legally license artwork, and I think that that is important, finding a shop that legally licenses their artwork. I'm gonna zoom out again for you guys. So Diamond Art Club, if you buy a Diamond Art Club kit and you're working on that, their cover sheet, which is the plastic, I'm going to bring back my Jaded Gem Shop kit because I'm leaving the plastic cover sheet on as I work on it. I'm not removing it. This is the cover sheet. So Jaded Gem Shops is a solid piece, as is Muni Maids. But Diamond Art Clubs is perforated so that you can tear it and work on, I believe they're 4-inch square sections. Most stores don't do that. I like to use cover paper. All of my cover paper sheets are from Bee's Crafty Corner. Other stores sell them. I just enjoy Bee's Crafty Corner cover papers. So how I do it is I peel back the cover sheet. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit here. All right, so how I do it is I peel back this cover paper. I lay down my all right, I laid down my release papers. These ones, I got a bunch of them. They're 5 by 4 inch. That's the size I like to work with. And that's where you can find her on Etsy. I'll try and link everything. Hopefully I remember. If I forget and you're watching this, tell me in the comments. I will link it. But I lay down the release paper, and then I take my little blade here. I got it off of Amazon, and I just cut the plastic. This has never cut through a canvas. It's just a tiny little blade. I don't even know if I can show it to you guys, but it's just a tiny little blade. Let me see if I can zoom in again. And I've had no problem with it cutting through the cover paper, cover sheet over the canvases, and I've never had it cut through a canvas. Some people like to use the washi method. This is a little roll of washi tape that I have. Some people enjoy putting washi tape all around the canvas because of the little bit of adhesive stick that's on the outside. They can collect fuzz and pet hair. I don't tend to do that. I've never had it be an issue, and I always frame mine after. So I've never had to do that. Some people like to put the washi tape down on the cover paper and then measure off their sections that way. And then with the razor blade, they would trim right along the washi tape and however far across they wanted to go. And that's how and then they cut the plastic and then they just work that way. I like the release paper. The release paper is cheery. I've just found that I prefer it that way. My friend has pets that produce dog hair, so for her, the biggest trick and tip I gave her was putting washi tape along the edge of her canvas as she's working. That was a big aha moment for her. And I told her, you know, you can go down a rabbit hole when you start looking at all the different accessories. A lot of people love to pair the washi tape with the canvas that they're working on. And in fact, I think she did end up shopping for washi tape and finding one that she thought went well with her diamond painting. So try that if you have pets and you have a lot of fuzzies floating around, you know, in the air. I do have a dog. She's a standard poodle. She doesn't shed, so that's not an issue that I personally have. But I do know a lot of pet owners, you know, pets produce hair, they shed. So I would recommend trying that if if that is something you find happening to the edges of your canvas on the little bit of glue that sticks out from the drill area. A standard kit is going to give you everything you need. This is a standard kit from the one with the diamond art. It's what I could grab. You're going to get a little tray. You're going to get a pen. You're most likely going to get some tweezers, some wax. It might be pink, it might be purple, it might be blue. You're going to get a variety of multi-placers to put on the other end so that you can place more than one drill at a time. I think this one has an 8. That looks like a 6, a 5 or 6, and that is a 3. So that's probably a 6, and then that's an 8. And then you're also most likely going to get some type of squishy to go on the pen. You can diamond paint an entire diamond painting with all of this stuff, no problem. But if you find you are really into diamond painting, and this is something that you are going to do and you are going to love, you're going to want to upgrade. I find for multi-placers, I really love Diamond Art Club's thin metal multi-placers. That is what I use. That is what I buy. I don't like the thick ones. I've gotten used to Diamond Art Club's thin ones, and I can't use the thick ones anymore. I think all of my multi-placers have putty in them at the moment, but these are the Diamond Art Club multi-placers. They're thin and skinny design, and I love them. I would upgrade your multi-placers. That was one of the first things I upgraded. The next thing that I upgraded was trays. I have a few different companies' trays. These trays are from Diamond Painters Anonymous, a small shop on Etsy. My dog's name is Hannah. I have one that says Hannah's Dog Mom. What I like about these trays, that has a leftover drill in it, you guys. The bottom is white, but you can pick the color for the grid lines. I thought that was cute. It has a cover. I also really like that the stopper is just a slide stopper. It's not something you have to physically remove when you're going to pour out your drills. It's just a slide stopper. I like that. The covers feel nice and secure, but I will tell you, if with the cover on, if there's drills in there and it falls, it'll pop off. So just be aware. And then I also have this one that says Summer Vibes, and because blue is my favorite color, the grid line's the same blue color. But these are a nice, cute, for me, they're a smaller tray. And again, this is by Diamond Painters Anonymous. I do have a couple of the very large Muni-made trays. I've got one gray and one blue. These are perfectly great trays. They come with the removable stopper. Usually, for me personally, a tray that has a removable stopper, I tend not to work with it in. I'll just put my hand here to stop any drills, and I'll shake them like that and then work them down like that. But Muni-made trays are great. They're nice and big. They hold lots of drills, lots of diamonds as you're working. And there's a reason why her trays are so popular. And I don't know if you know, but I love gray and I love blue, teal, aqua. So those are the two color Muni-made trays that I have. And then the other tray company that I have, because I'm not really a huge collector of the pens and trays. I tend to find what I like and stick to it, but I have 2 Yellow Dog Designs trays here with me. I do have another one that is at my mom's that I use when I'm diamond painting with my mom. I love these trays. I discovered these trays and I really haven't purchased anything else. They're just my favorite tray. I like the 2-tone ones. I like having a white bottom. These stoppers are removable, just like with the Muni Made ones. While I'm diamond painting, I tend not to use them. I just put this flush against my hand, I shake them, and I work them down. These trays have a flat area here. I actually like that. All the like extra excess drills will kind of sit up there, and you'll have all the drills you need on your grid. But love them. And of course, I love the paw print as a pet owner. And the pink one is pretty much the same. I order it with a white bottom because I like the white bottom. Upgrading your trays are going to help you so much. That's the little standard tray you get. If you're going to be multi-placing, if you're going to have an area with a lot of the same color and you know you're going to be placing a lot of drills, it is very helpful to have a big tray. One of the first things I would recommend you upgrade are trays. I will say, if you have a Diamond Art Club kit, my friend purchased from Diamond Art Club, the trays in the Diamond Art Club kits are a pretty good beginner's tray. I will say that. The next thing I would upgrade, if you're new to diamond painting and you're really enjoying it and you want to upgrade, the next thing that I would upgrade are the pens. These little pens, even with the squishy, can be hard ergonomically on your hand, placing for a long extended period of time. So some of the ones that I have, there's only one that I don't have here with me. I don't have a big collection of pens, but these are the ones that I have here with me. This smaller, thinner one is by O'Brien Custom Turning. This one I got for my boyfriend's daughter. When she's working, it's a smaller pen. It's a lighter weight pen, and it's pretty, so she likes it, which, you know, that is part of the enjoyment process of diamond painting. Your stuff being pretty, and it's part of the experience, enjoying what you're working with. So she really likes this one, and I keep it here for when she's gonna diamond paint with me. This one is by Zodiac Shadows. It is a 3D printed pen. This is the lightest thing in the world. It feels like you're holding nothing. So if you're someone who wants something more ergonomical in your hand, like, you know, thicker, but you're also someone who doesn't want something that's heavy, if the weight of the pen bothers you, this is a good option. Try a 3D printed pen. They're not as expensive. I think a lot of the places that 3D print pens, I think they're very affordable. And I don't think this one was that expensive at all. But yeah, they're lightweight. They're a good ergonomical fit in the hand while you're diamond painting. And they're not heavy at all. This might be a good option for you. I like a weighty pen. This is by Stylo Steccabois. This is one of my favorite pens that I ever saw. It's got rainbow ribbon on the inside with clear resin, and I don't think it's gonna show up well, unfortunately, but there's some glitter in there and it's really pretty. Um, it's a medium weight, I would say. I love this pen. I haven't used it in a while because at Christmas I got this one and I've been using that one since I've got it, but I do love this pen, and maybe I'll pick it back up and start working with it again. And then this pen is by Shimmering Canvases, and I got this one because it looked like it matched the one I got for my boyfriend's daughter, and I thought us working with a similar color pen might be nice. This is the heaviest pen I have. I really enjoy a weighty pen. For me, I like that. I like a heavier pen in my hand. I can diamond paint with this one for a long, long time. And my wrist never hurts. So that's very important. Finding something that feels good for you in your hands, that's ergonomical and, you know, helps you. So you don't need to collect them all. I know you can if you know, you can afford to and you want to, you can, but you don't have to. Just shop around a little bit, find what works for you, and, you know, then get your dream pen. Once you realize what you like, then you can get your dream pen and have it. But I really like this one. And then the next thing, and these tend to be the things that I collect because they're different scents. The next things that you can purchase to upgrade are the scented putties. And I use scented putty in my multi-placers. I do not use these in my single placers. In my single placers, I use scented, basically they're scented glue dots, but these come from Oh Snap Crafters Cafe on Etsy. This is the Creativity Squirrel. This is for me, I find this is an all weather, like all season diamond painting putty. Love it. It's so Rachel, I find to be the same. I can use this any time of year and it works great. Rhonda's Crafty Corner is a firmer putty. I find this works better for me in the summer. And Pure Bliss Wax Co. is a softer putty. I find this works better for me in the winter. But the putties are more affordable, so it's easier to shop around, find what you like. I do have a few more of the ones that are all weather scents than I do the ones that are, you know, just a certain time of year. I actually purchased another order from the Creativity Squirrel and it came, and I have no clue what I did with them. They're lost at the moment, but I have 3 more somewhere in my house that I need to find. I know I will, so I'm not too worried about it. They'll show up when I'm looking for something else. That's just the way it always is. But these tend to be the things I collect because they're more affordable, and the scent really adds an enjoyment factor for me while I'm diamond painting. So I would say if you want to upgrade something that's more affordable to upgrade your putty and try glue dots. Once I tried these dots, I never went back to wax. But there are waxes. I know Pure Bliss Wax Co. sells diamond painting wax. Patty Wax on Etsy is another one that sells diamond painting wax. There are other stores as well out there that sell waxes. I don't use them, so I'm not as up on those. But definitely try giving that a try. I should also say I use a big giant mug cup. That's my trash cup. As I'm, you know, trimming off the cover paper, or sometimes these will rip. Any trash drills that I find goes right in my big trash cup. And then I take the cup and I throw what's in the cup in the trash. I have a little setup. I like Sanrio characters. So I like having them with me while I'm diamond painting. That just helps the enjoyment factor for me. And then I don't use cover minders. I've got a little star cover minder, but this one came with an order of Yellow Dog design trays. It looks like a little knit polar bear with a Christmas hat and scarf on. It's super cute. So for the people, I should say, if you're someone who doesn't like to use release papers, and you're someone who likes to use the washi tape method and trim the plastic, you're going to want to hold the plastic back while you're working. You're going to want something that holds the end that's still attached back. And what you would do is you would slip this underneath the canvas. Let me see, pretend this is the canvas. So you just trimmed your cover sheet and you flipped it down, and you need to hold that down. You would take this bottom magnet, you would put it underneath the canvas, you would put it underneath everything, and then you would take the top one and you'd put them on top, and that would hold this down while you're diamond painting. And then when you're done that section, you could trim it off completely. I almost forgot to explain that because I don't do them. I like cover minders as just like a little decorative piece with the canvas, so I can enjoy looking at them while I'm working, because for me, the whole process is an enjoyment thing. I like my little Sanrio characters. I have Pacheco riding a rocking horse. I've got Cinema Roll with a cake and a unicorn onesie. And I can never remember his name, but I have the boy Twin Star. These all came from surprise bags, or surprise boxes. I like to open them every once in a while. If I find one that I find particularly cute, he joins me on the table. And I have my good old turn thing that's full of all of my things I might need. Diamond painting pen, real pen, some earrings, a Diamond Art Club pen, a Zodiac Shadows funnel that's kind of wedged in there at the moment, some scissors, my tweezer section, some crochet hooks, but I like having that up here with me. So I've got everything on the table with me that I might need while I'm diamond painting. The next thing that's important is how to kit up. And I think for now, I'm gonna have how to kit up be a separate video. So, because I can get in depth of the different types of ways to kit up and the whys. So I think I might leave kitting up for a separate video, so look for that next week. I'll do that one next week with you guys. This is just my helpful tips and tricks with diamond painting. You know, if you're new, and what to upgrade, why you might want to upgrade it, what to look for when you're upgrading. If you have any questions, please, please, please ask me. If you've made it all this way and you still have questions, please, please, please ask me. I love it when my friend asks me questions because I don't think of them anymore. I've been doing it for so long that I forget what it's like to be new. And all of her questions are great. And I'm like, that is a great question. You know, like, what is the difference between a round and a square drill? You're right. Like, you know, you know, like she asked me, how do you prevent the dog hair from sticking? And I'm like, you know what? That's great. Washi tape. Put washi tape around the outside. You know, you take your washi tape like this and you just stick it around the outside of the canvas on the edge here like this, and it covers the sticky edge, preventing dog hair or cat hair or, you know, whatever from sticking on the outside. She hasn't asked me any questions about kitting up yet. She did talk to me a little bit about static. I will get into all of that when I do my kit up video, how to kit up, why you should kit up, all of that stuff. But please, 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 if you have any questions, ask me. I want to be able to answer them. If I get enough, maybe I'll do a second video. Really, I just went off of the questions that I've been getting from my friend, and she's only one person, so she might not have all the questions that are out there. So if you have one for me, please ask. I would love to answer that. I would love to have the opportunity to answer it for you. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope that this was helpful, and I appreciate everyone who stops by and joins me. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.